Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. This is an important. I do care about North Korea. And as I said from the beginning of this new war in the 21st century, we'll deal with each threat differently. Each threat requires a different type of response. You've heard my strategy on dealing with Iraq. I've been very clear on the strategy all along, and tomorrow it looks like part of that strategy is coming to fruition. With North Korea, we're taking a different strategy initially, and it's this, that we're going to work with countries in the neighborhood to convince North Korea that it is not in the world's interests that they develop a nuclear weapon.
Creating many new terrorists who would want to kill Americans. What's wrong with that analysis?
Yeah. Well, that's like saying we should not go after Al-Qaeda because we might irritate somebody, and that would create a danger to Americans. My attitude is you got to deal with terrorism in a firm way. And if they see threats, you deal with them in all different kinds of ways. The only way, in my judgment, to deal with Saddam Hussein is to bring the international community together to convince him to disarm. But if he's not going to disarm, we'll disarm him in order to make the world a more peaceful place. And some people aren't going to like that, I understand. But some people won't like it if he ends up with a nuclear weapon and uses it. It may be over, but a terrorist threat is still real. The Senate must pass a bill that will strengthen our ability to protect the Americans. The debate about whether we're going to deal with Saddam Hussein is over. And now the question is, how do we deal with him? I made the decision to go to the United Nations because I want to try to do this peacefully. I want Saddam to disarm. The best way to convince him to disarm is to get the nations to come together through the UN and try to convince him to disarm. We're going to work on that. We've been spending a lot of time, I wouldn't exactly call it gnashing of teeth, but working hard at the UN resolution. It took a while, but we've been grinding it out, trying to bring a consensus, trying to get people together so that we can say to the world, the international community has spoken through the Security Council of the United Nations, and now, once again, we expect Saddam to disarm priorities and control wasteful spending. Workers of America deserve our action on the... Yeah. First, I think candidates win elections because they're good candidates, not because they may happen to have the